Hi, researchers. It's good to see you again. Before we get started on today's lesson, will you think to yourself, what is a topic that you know pretty well? So let's think, maybe you know a lot about like video games or a kind of music, or maybe it's a sport, or maybe something from school, like maybe you've learned something that you know from science class, or a hobby, or a job that someone's asked you about. So right now, will you try to list what are some things that you know about that topic across your fingers? So go ahead and push pause right now, and can you just try to list those things across your fingers? So as you were listing those things across your fingers, it could be that maybe you were using some words that felt like really specific to your topic. Like if you were teaching about soccer, maybe you might have been using some words like strikers or goalie or dribble instead of just kicking the ball around, or offsides. It's getting me to think a little bit about our research, actually. And in your research, one of the things that we want to do is not just list the things that we know about our topic, but we want to be really specific about the words that go alongside. So today, what I want to teach you is that once you've been researching and you become an expert on your topic, it's important that you begin using the technical vocabulary or the special vocabulary, like the lingo that goes alongside your topic when you talk about it and when you go to take notes. So for a second, could you be thinking to yourself, what are some words that we've learned so far about penguins? Oh, yeah, you're right. Some of them are right there. There's words like rookeries or habitats. And if this is hard for you to see, I have a word bank here that could help us to see some of those words up close. And instead of just using words like the fat, I might be, oh, were you thinking that I'm fat? That's not very nice. We probably shouldn't say that. But maybe if I'm thinking about penguins, we could be thinking about the blubber, okay? Or maybe instead of just using that one word of like feathers, we could be specific about the down for the baby feathers that they had. So researchers, I'm going to be thinking for a second, and I'm going to be asking myself, what are some ways that I could teach about my topic that would be really specific in the vocabulary that I'm using? And I could try to say something like, all penguins stay warm, not just because of their feathers, but also because they have a layer of fat, and that fat is called the blubber. Researchers, do you see how I did that? I'm really thinking, what is the vocabulary that goes alongside my topic? And then I'm trying to use that as I go to talk about it. Another thing that I can do is I can think about my notes, and I could be asking myself, am I writing down some of those words about my topic? So maybe I could go back to my notes and I could try to think, is there some words that go alongside my topic? Oh yeah, like when the chicks huddle together, that was called a crush. So in my notes, I could write down that vocabulary word that goes alongside of it. Or parents hunting, losing feathers, new feathers, oily, waterproof. Oh, I remember that this whole process of them getting new feathers was called fledging. So I could write that into my notes. So researchers, do you see how I'm using the vocabulary that I know? And I'm trying to include them not just in the words that I'm saying, but also in my notes. So researchers, could you be thinking about the animal that you're researching right now? And could you be asking, what are some of the words that you've learned that you could add into your notes? And maybe you even want to teach other people or talk to other people using those words too. So in your notes, you could do what I did today, and you could go back to revise your notes, or as you keep researching, you might do what this student did, and you might think about creating a word bank that goes alongside the animal that you're studying, and keeping like a list of definitions that go alongside those words. So researchers, let's first think today, what's the subtopic that you're going to study? And as you go to study that subtopic, make sure that you keep taking notes. And as you take notes, it will be important that you're jotting down some of that important vocabulary that you're learning that goes alongside the animal that you're studying. Happy researching.